Hi, I'm Debbie Gibson, and this is American Top 40. Shadoe Stevens is on vacation this week, and I'm sitting in for him. Now, probably a lot of people my age will remember watching this next singer on television every Friday night on the Donnie and Marie show. I know that I used to be glued to the television set for that one. I just love Donnie's Purple Socks. Now, I remember asking for the Osmonds' Greatest Hits album for Christmas one year, and I actually still have it. I still listen to it every now and then. It's pretty good. It's amazing how much they sound like the Jackson 5 at times. Now, I was in Los Angeles last month to be on the Arsenio Hall show, and when I found out that Donnie was going to be on the show the next night, I just had to stay in town to see it. His performance was really, really great in person, and here he is on American Top 40 with his biggest hit in 18 years. Now I get to answer a question letter. It's about teenage girls in the top 10. An AT40 listener in Washington State, Nancy Clyott, wants to know what female teenage solo artist has had the most top 10 hits in the rock era. Well, Shadoe left me a list, and I think he set me up for this one. In third place is a tie between Leslie Gore and Tiffany with 4 top 10s each. In second place with 5 top 10s is, well, me. But I've got a ways to go to catch the leader, though. She's had a dozen top 10 hits when she was a teenager, including the #1 songs I'm Sorry and I Want to Be Wanted. She had all her hits in the 1960s, and she became a big country star, Brenda Lee. And there's your answer, Nancy. The teenage girl in the rock era with the most top 10s was Brenda Lee, with 12 top 10 hits in the 1960s. And I'm in second place with 5 top 10s. I only need 7 more to catch her. A lot of people are surprised that I'm a big fan of Guns N' Roses. They say they wouldn't quite picture me being a fan, but I am. I actually met Axl Rose after the American Music Awards at a party for George Michael, because he's a big fan of George Michael. My mother was taken back by all his tattoos, and she walked over to him and said, "Oh, I was just admiring all your tattoos." Well, Mom, you'll be happy to know that Axl and Guns N' Roses are at number 34 with a song that they took to number 4. Here's Patience. I'm Debbie Gibson, sitting in for Shadoe Stevens on American Top 40. At number 30 in the countdown is the current hit by the Bangles. Listening to them reminds me of when I used to sing with my sisters. We used to do 4-part harmony and stuff, and they kind of remind me of that. Here's the Bangles and Be With You. Next is a group that I recently met, and they're really down to earth, exactly what everybody thinks they are, which is great, because that's how I feel, too. That's how I like to be. I recently saw them in concert, and they put on a really energetic show. My mom had a great time, too. Up from number 37 to number 29, here's Bon Jovi and their latest hit, Lay Your Hands on Me. Now we're up to that English band whose sound reminds me so much of old Motown, and I love old Motown. I don't remember exactly how I got into it, but I like it so much that I did a Motown medley on tour and sang some songs by the Jackson 5 and the Supremes. And of all the great Motown songs, this one's my favorite of all. And next is a singer who's also a top choreographer. In fact, I worked with her. She choreographed one of my videos for my second single, Shake Your Love. With all the editing, you didn't really get to see too much of the choreography, which is a shame, but she was really great to work with. At number 25, with a song that she took to number 1, here's Paula Abdul and Forever Your Girl. Hey, baby. Well, now let's answer a question that I'm really close to. What teenage solo singers had the most number 1s? That's what Jason Chavez in Cerritos, California wants to know. Well, I thought Michael Jackson would be tops, but Shadoe left me a list and it says Michael's only had 1 number 1 solo hit as a teenager with Ben in 1972. But it says that 5 solo teenagers hit number 1 twice. Back in the 1960s, Brenda Lee hit number 1 with I'm Sorry and I Want to Be Wanted. And Chubby Checker was a teen when he hit the top with the Twist and Pony Time. Then, in the 1970s, Andy Gibb, who I really liked, hit number 1 with I Just Want to Be Your Everything and Love is Thicker Than Water. And here in the 1980s, we've had 2 teenage solo singers with 2 number 1 hits each. There's Tiffany with I Think We're Alone Now and Could Have Been. And then there's, well, me. I've hit number 1 with Foolish Beat and Lost in Your Eyes. So I'm in a 5-way tie for solo teens with the most number 1s, 2 each. There's your answer, Jason. Now, if you have a question for Shadoe Stevens on music or the charts, his address is American Top 40, P.O. Box 2000, Hollywood 90028. That's American Top 40, Post Office Box 2000, Hollywood 90028. Now, let's get back to the countdown.
Number 24.
Here's the singer who was one of my co-hosts on the American Music Awards. I saw him in concert with my younger sister, and she didn't know a lot of his songs from just a few years ago. That made me feel pretty old. Up 6 notches to number 24. Here's Rod Stewart and his 25th Top 40 hit, Crazy About It. And we're up to the singer who helped me come up with my image in my videos. You see, I've always liked hats. I have this huge collection that I wear all the time. Well, one time when I was doing some radio promotions, I spotted a guy wearing a super hat. I ran up to him and said, "Oh my God, I love hats. Let me try it on." Well, the guy was Michael Damian, who was also doing radio promotions. And he not only let me try on the hat, he gave it to me. And that's the same hat I wore in all my videos. Well, with a recent #1 song at number 21 this week is that guy who doesn't have a hat anymore, Michael Damian and Rock On. Here's a group who signed a t-shirt for me. My band went to see them when we were on tour. Sometimes I wear it and people look at me kind of funny, but I love their song, Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone. Their latest hit is up a notch to number 20. Here's Cinderella and Coming Home. The song at number 18 is by a woman who I met in an elevator. Yeah, I ran into Lita Ford in the elevator of a hotel where we were both staying. I think she's really great. It's really sensational to see a woman rocking out. But she can also sing ballads, like this song with Ozzy Osbourne, It's Close My Eyes Forever. Baby. Here's the girl who started out on the cable TV show Kids Incorporated. I actually auditioned for that. Up 11 notches to number 15, Martika and Toy Soldiers. This next hit is by far one of my favorite songs on the countdown. It's the latest hit by Madonna. When I was in 9th grade, there was a radio call-in contest for tickets to see Madonna at Radio City Music Hall in New York. Well, I kept trying to call in and win, and then I finally got on a roll. I got through and I won a pair of tickets. My sister and my cousin wanted to go too, so I kept trying to win the contest again. And you know what? I did. And that started me on a real winning streak. Before that, I had always called in for fun, but I had never won. Well, I kept calling and I kept winning. My dad even pulled over once and let me use a phone booth because it was time to call in and win, and I did. Well, here's a winner by Madonna. It comes up 11 notches from number 24 to number 13. Here's Express Yourself. I'm Debbie Gibson, counting down instead of being in the countdown. When I was in 8th grade, I did a talent show with friends, and we sang this singer's first hit, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Her latest hit is up a notch to number 12 this week. Here's Cyndi Lauper, and I Drove All Night. I first heard this next song while I was in England. It was a big hit there at the time, and I loved it immediately. The first time I heard it, I thought, this is going to be huge in America. It's a hit by Natalie Cole, and I remember performing with her at a club for a radio promotion in Boston about 2 years ago. And here we meet again on American Top 40. It's Natalie Cole up 3 notches to number 9 with Miss You Like Crazy. And we're up to one of Shadoe's favorite features, the AT40 flashback. That's where he goes back to another year in time and plays the top 5 hits of the week. Well, he set one up here for me to play, only he didn't tell me what year we were flashing back to. Oh, here's an envelope. It says, do not open till after the flashback. Okay, we'll play along. Brace yourselves as we go back through time to the top 5 hits from some yesteryear. Shadoe, that was so sweet of you. Well, those were the top 5 songs this week, just 1 year ago, 1988. At number 5 was The Flame by Cheap Trick. At number 4 was Make It Real by the Jets. At number 3 was Together Forever by Rick Astley. Number 2 was Dirty Diana by Michael Jackson. And the number 1 song a year ago was my first number 1 song ever, Foolish Beat. I remember when I first heard it went number 1. We were in my living room auditioning backup singers for my first tour. We were all around the piano, and I was listening to a girl sing, and somebody came running in and told me, and I was flipping out. That was a great AT40 flashback for me, just a year ago. Thanks, Shadoe. When my sisters and I were growing up, we used to make up little skits to a song by this next singer. It was her hit, Last Dance. You know how some kids would grab a hairbrush and sing into it? Well, we had real microphones. So I remember grabbing the mic. You could be really dramatic with Last Dance. It started to flow, and then it got faster. Well, here's another fast one by Donna Summer. Grab your hairbrush microphones. At number 7, here's Donna Summer with This Time I Know It's For Real. That's the new number 1 song in the nation, Satisfied by Richard Marx. It's his second number 1. And there they are, the 40 most popular records in America, straight from the official Billboard chart for the week ending June 24th, 1989.